Hi everyone, today is June 20th, 2020, and it is officially the first day of summer of 2020. So I want to start out this update with the first bloom here. This is the Chaleriana nobilior, and it had produced 2 buds on this spike, but one of them blasted for some reason, and so we got this single bloom right here, which is a little bit bigger than it normally produces, but understandably why. And right next to that we have another one that's currently in bloom right now. This is Vanda. This is Vanda Marie. It's not full bloom yet. This is working on its spike right now, but I want to just have it on video here before I forget. It's really pretty. I like how the front color is this very interesting brick color red, and then on the back it's like completely yellow, which is neat. But yeah, this is Vanda Marie. You guys full look here. It's a pretty old plant, as you can see by the length of it. Today is August 8th, 2020, and it's the early hour of evening, so it's bearable right now to be outside. I was waiting all day to get out here to film this particular orchid that's open or in bloom. This is LC Chaleriana. It's a hybrid, and yeah, it's blooming pretty nice right now. There is another couple buds that are developing over this side. I realize that the plant itself is poorly trained. That's really my fault. So, but I'm thinking that I might have to reposition my cats so then it can grow upwards in the future. But for now, let's just sort of enjoy this right now. Some of the empty pots that was left behind by the dying cats, I filled them up with random Phalaenopsis, hoping that they would do better here. As I said in the previous updates, I probably will not be finding more cats as I just don't have the space for them, but I do have quite a bit of Phalaenopsis seedlings, and they'll be perfect on these hanging pots over here. This is one of my very last orchid that is still mounted. This is Catacetum. I got this from Louisiana Orchid Collection many years ago. For whatever reason, it's doing well under my care, even though I hardly water it, and it's just kind of like being neglected. And it's doing so well this year for whatever reason that it's decided to bloom. The flowers are tiny things, as you can see here at the end of this growth. It kind of looks like tiny oncidium flowers. Nothing really showy, but I kind of forgot why I got this particular orchid. I guess maybe the growth habit of it, but yeah, it's doing really well. This is my Phalaenopsis hieroglyphica, and for many updates now, I think I've neglected to update on it. So here it is. This is what it looks like right now, and there are quite a bit of basil keikis that have developed in there, in addition to all the apical keikis that develop on old flower spikes. As you can see here, there's 2 right now in development. There are a few people that actually asked to get divisions of this. I don't think it's quite the age yet to divide it out. I'm waiting for it to develop a couple more leaves before I take it off. As you can see here, the root system is pretty good. I just don't want to like do it too soon and it'll just kind of die. It's doing pretty well. I'm thinking about maybe removing it from this location and putting on the other side of this post, because that will directly get more light than it is where it is now. This is probably the largest orchid that I have in my collection. This is a No ID Vanda that I've had it for so many years, and I've actually inherited it from my mom, who had it for so many years. So this has been in my possession for quite a while, and as you can see, it's quite massive. I didn't really have anywhere else to place it, so I've just hung it here on this tree. As you can see here, it looks like it's developing a spike, which is really nice. If I move down here, there is something that's developing as well that I'm not quite sure what it is. I'm thinking, based on the location of it, it's probably a new growth. I don't think it's a root because there's all these coverings on it. I hope the camera can pick it up. Also, it doesn't have that development as well. This is a second spike that bloomed out recently on my Vanda Marie. This is the original one that I featured earlier in the clips. And I am glad that it bloomed again. So it's extending the blooming season. This is my Phalaenopsis cornu cervi, and we are working with 4 spikes at the moment, and each of them has either some buds in development or actually in bloom at the moment. And the coloration on it is pretty nice. It's a pretty small flower, but yeah. Oh, that one looks like it's been eaten by something. But yeah, no smell as far as I can tell. Here are what's left of my Catacetum collection. I only have 4. There's 3 that you see here, and then there's 1 remaining down here. What I wanted to say about these guys is that it's currently in growth mode, but they never went into dormancy. As you can see here, this is the growth from last year, and this guy just went ahead and produced a new growth that looks really good. Yeah, no resting in between, so that's kind of interesting. Same thing for this guy, and this one actually did go into a dormancy. This is the Magic Witchcraft. Today is September 5th, 2020, and here's a quick update on my Vanda that's no ID. That little nubbin has been growing on the bottom here. I guess it turns out to be a new growth. And what's surprising is I wasn't expecting this to happen this early, but it's already in bloom. I figured we'd wait more towards fall, or late fall, or early winter, which is what it's typically done in the past. This particular one I really love because the flowers are huge, and as you can see on the top there, we got a few more buds that are still waiting to be opened. There are quite a few Phalaenopsis cornu cervi that's opened up in the past few days, and they look really nice in this early evening light, clustered together like this. So I just wanted to show you guys that. And next to that, we have my ever-blooming Phalaenopsis purple martin. And the fragrance in this one is probably one of the best of the Phalaenopsis that I've had. Curiously, it never gets a lot of blooms at one time. This is pretty much all I get at any given moment. Always 2 blooms, but you know, it blooms all the time. Eventually, this spike will get longer and longer and longer. But yeah. And we have 1 bloom left on my Vanda Vietnamica. It's looking really cute. This is the second spike that it bloomed out. You saw the primary one on the intro section of the video. But yeah, I got this one left. I've moved this particular plant out further to get a little bit more light, which is not that further out, but hopefully that produces a better blooming season next year or something. And just an interesting development that happened not so long ago is my LC Chaleriana got pollinated. You know, there's always a risk of that happening when you leave your blooming orchids outside. But I don't really know what to do with this. I don't have any plans of propagating orchids from seeds. I definitely do not have the time or the space for that. So I think I might just cut this off and just let the plant recuperate some of the energy into next year's growth. I am pretty hopeful that this next blooming season on my Phalaenopsis Chaleriana, that's going to be the best that it ever will produce, just because the 2 leaves that I'm going to get this growing season is pretty massive. This one is actually, this one I don't think it's been fully mature yet either, and it's already about the size of the previous year, so it is growing pretty well. I've been regularly fertilizing this quite a bit, and we've had, comparatively speaking, a wetter growing season. So I think those 2 particular combination had made this growing season pretty good. It's been a couple weeks now, and my Phalaenopsis Marie, my Vanda Marie, it's still blooming out. Although I do think that it's about to drop some of these blooms off. And last but not least, I just want to include this guy. This Blooper Vanda is Cerulean. And if you've been following my channel since the very beginning, I've had this very early in my orchid collection. I think it was back in 2015. So if you want to check back that video, I will link it up in the cards there. But I just want to end on this happy note, is because since that time, I finally got a flower spike. I hope that this particular one is really, really blue and not just like slightly tessellated with a violet color, which sometimes I'll see in pictures on the internet. But you know, this is seedling, so who really knows? But I'm very hopeful, and I'm very, very excited to discover this fortunate finding today. Alright, well that's it for the update. I hope I'll catch you guys soon in the next update. So, as always, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.